Morning, everybody. Just got home from work. Got the kids on the bus. Um, Welcome back to Just the Thing. On this episode today, I'd like to show you guys a little camp heater that you can use to dry out kindling, dry your feet out. Hell, if you got a small enough tent, you can even keep warm with it. I mean, it's pretty strong. Yeah, I might better play my jingle before I forget. I forgot on the part 2 of the Sloppy Joe cooking one, and I'm not gonna forget again, Paul. Thanks, buddy. Just the thing, just the thing. Watch this thing. Let me show you. Get slightly better at that each time, huh? Alright, so with this little camp heater, I'll show you. The fuel source is actually candles, so they're actually cooking in this pot. If you guys don't have a pot that you use for, shit like this, my recommendation would be like a frying pan because they're a little bit easier to clean. Yeah, I got plenty of pots that I get off of rummage sales and whatnot, and that's what I use to do all this stuff. I had that cooking down for a while, that way we didn't have to sit here and wait on the video for it to turn, from a solid candle into a liquid candle. Here's what it looks like. Just an aluminum can with cardboard in it. But let's talk about the cardboard real quick. See this beer box? I wouldn't use that for one of these camp heaters. And the reason I wouldn't use it for that is because it's not corrugated. If you look at this piece of cardboard, let's see if I can get it close enough. You know how it's got the little piece in there? You see the little triangles? That's called corrugated cardboard. You're going to want to use that for these kind of stoves. Essentially, that acts as a coil, much like the coil on a stove. But instead of having electricity or propane, you're using the candle wax. So, I mean, what makes this better than any of the other million different options you have out there? Well, what I like about it is if you got it in your backpack and you're hiking or camping or you're homeless, like I've been quite a few times, if you spill it over, as long as it's not hot, nothing's going to come out. It solidifies just like a candle. You're not going to spill a candle unless it's hot. And if it's hot, you probably shouldn't be touching it anyway because the can does get very hot. As far as design things, do you see this lip on the inside there where the cardboard's definitely inside it and you got that raised lip? That's important because in order to turn this off, you got to snuff up the fire and you want to make sure it's got a good seal. Is it the end of the world? No, but it definitely puts the fire right out if it fits better. Yeah, so this stove I use for drying out kindling. I use this mostly in the rain. So if you're trying to start a fire in the rain, yeah, it's really fucking hard. Well, it's a lot harder if nothing's dry. So what would you do if you were trying to start a fire in the rain? Here, let me get my little fucking tripod thing here. If you're going to try to start a fire in the rain, the first thing you try to be looking for is standing deadfall. Because you might be able to dry out twigs pretty easily. It'll take a little bit of time, but pretty easily. Then what? Once the twigs go up in flame, then what are you going to do? You want to make sure you got a sustainable amount of lumber to even have a fire to begin with. Otherwise, you're wasting resources and you're wasting your own time. So having shit like this just gives you more options. Plus, like, let's say you hurt yourself. You know, I always tell people, if you go out camping or what have you, always try to do it the hard way first. Don't break out the propane torch, the gasoline, all the different crazy shit people use. Try to do it the hard way first, you know? Okay, I gotta specify on that. When I say the hard way, I'm not talking about a bow drill. I'm talking about flint and steel. That's the only, I'm not trained. I have made a fire on a bow drill, but it's just so much energy. I mean, if I practice, it'd get better and better, but I don't know. A lot of the things that I learned is like the things that the pioneers did before us. Bow drills is like more Native American type. I mean, I'll give her a shot, but I've successfully made a fire on a bow drill twice. I know there's other ways to do it, but that's like the rookie way to do primitive fire skills, and even that's a pain in the ass. So for me personally, I like a flint and steel. Flint and steel, I mean, even if it gets wet, you're still going to get a spark, in my experience. But, here, let's show you the inside of the pot. So we got plenty enough to pour it in there. So you're going to pour it right over top of your cardboard. And you keep pouring it till you fill the whole entire can. Boom. It's all the way full. Wait for it to settle back down, pour some more in. Wait for it to settle back down and pour some more in. You're going to do that quite a few times, because even as it dries, it starts to shrink. So once it starts shrinking, you just want to fill it as much as you possibly can. Special shout out to Megan and Kimmy. I got these candles from my sister's baby shower, and originally Megan was the one who made these. They're very nice. I only used as many as I had to. Typically when I make one of these, I use tea light candles. This is like way high quality. What was I going to say? When you're making one of these stoves, if you're not going to use it to heat inside of your tent, try using citronella oil. Because not only do you got something to dry out your kindling, but you also got something to keep the skeeters off you. Because I fucking hate mosquitoes. I really do, with a passion. So what I'll do, I mean, you guys, let's see, bring this over. So yeah, once that dries out, once I got her all filled and all that stuff, I don't know, I'll light it for a short video. So what were the important parts? Cut your cardboard so that you have a little lip so that the tin sits right on top of it to snuff it out better. You make sure you're using corrugated cardboard because it works better as a wick than regular cardboard. Like my beer box is not corrugated cardboard. Would it work? Yeah, it probably would work, but it's going to take a lot more cardboard. It's not going to be as efficient, and the flame won't be as high. That's another thing. See this candle right here? The flame's going to be up to like here. But I suppose you guys will see that on the short. So, I don't know. Thanks for watching my videos. Really appreciate it. I'm starting to get a pretty good fan base going. And, you know, I appreciate the support. I mean, I'm not going to be YouTube famous or nothing crazy, but if you can take the stuff that I put on there and just apply it, maybe you can show your boy how to make it. I know my kids love this stuff. You know, maybe I'm making a recipe you can impress your wife. I impress my wife with my cooking quite often. You know, so to me, it's just, yeah, eventually it'd be nice to be able to put some ads on there and make a little bit of money, but, you know, I kind of like doing this just to show people shit that they don't know. To me, this is common knowledge. To somebody else, they might never have seen it. And might never have even heard of it. For these, I wouldn't really want to cook off of this, because you got all the scent and whatnot. If you're using candles, make sure you're using scentless candles if you're going to cook off of it. But there's other stoves that you can make. This would definitely not be the most efficient one for cooking on. I mean, for another video, I could show you guys how to make gel fuel. I made that at work. Everybody was pretty impressed with that. You're going to use some eggshells, and I don't know. I'll get into all that stuff on a further video. Or we can do the tin penny stoves. You take a couple beer cans, some isopropyl alcohol, and a thumbtack. And that one I would have cooked on multiple times. So, I don't know. We just keep making videos as we go. We just chart it up, and then when my kids are old enough and they're like, I wonder, how did Dad make that, you know? Then they can get on there and it's all going to be there. Anything I can remember or think up, or, you know, even shit I'll be learning along the way. I'm trying to figure out where I can get some cow brains. Because if you like tanning hides and you don't want to use the chemicals and all the shit what they got at the store, you can make that at home. So what you do is you end up boiling the cow brains down like butter and spreading that across the hide. And the brains contain formaldehyde, and that's the key chemical that tans the leather while keeping the fur on it. Oh yeah, that's about good. Take that off. But yeah, guys, I gotta go. I gotta get some sleep. I got a lot of shit to do today, but hopefully you try this. Hopefully you like it. It's actually, when it's raining out, I love having one of these. You're camping out, can't seem to get anything started for a fire, start this thing up. Hell, if you put one of those, another thing, I use those emergency blankets, you know, the tin-foil-y bullshit ones. I use them as tarps. I have one of those one-person tents. Put that over there like a tarp, and then you light one of these in here. I don't go to sleep like that, because I mean there's fucking all sorts of fumes and shit like that off a candle. If you're gonna sleep with the stove running, I gotta show you the gel fuel. That burns as clean as propane. You know them propane heaters what they got on the wall? If you're burning gel fuel, it's as clean as that. So that's something you could light inside your tent, and you wouldn't be risking fucking or screwing yourself up. So we'll go over all that sort of stuff. Hey man, just keep on carrying on. Bye.